Can you make $10,000 a month as a video spokesperson on Fiverr, starting with no experience? Well, that's exactly what I did. And the good news is, it's repeatable. So in this video, I'm going to show how you can do it too. Hi guys, it's Josh here. I run a video spokesperson and content creation business on Fiverr that generates me over $10,000 a month. I'm going to teach you how to become a good video spokesperson and sell your services on Fiverr, even if you've never done this before. Last year, I made well over $100,000 selling spokesperson video services and video content online. I only started this business 2.5 years ago in 2019 and managed to reach 6 figures only within my second year of going full time. Now, I'm definitely not the best spokesperson, actor, or video presenter in the world. I don't have years of training, and I'm no guru. But I figured out how this all works. I worked really hard to get good at it, and now I'm able to replicate the success every month. But I also have seemed to stumble across a niche service that's highly in demand, that has little competition, and is begging for more vendors to join the marketplace to offer this service. From my years of experience and study of other sellers in the market, I believe that I've come up with a blueprint that will help anybody become a 6-figure spokesperson. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that too. I'm going to break down the individual steps that I think that you should be taking to go from someone with absolutely no experience to someone who's able to make a full-time income selling services that people want to buy on Fiverr. I'll go through everything from how to read a script on camera, how to film yourself to make it look stunning, how to pick the right equipment, how to film videos on a budget using your smartphone, how to set up your gigs to get the most orders, and even how to scale this business up to 6 figures. If you're interested in becoming a full-time freelancer on Fiverr, then like this video, subscribe to the channel down there so you never miss an update. Step 1, research and prep. Before you can start making videos and making money, you'll need to kind of know what you're getting yourself into. So I'd actually recommend going to fiverr.com, heading over to the video category, go down to spokespeople, and have a look at what other spokespeople offer. Go through all of the gigs at all levels. Top rated sellers, level 1, level 2, new sellers. Look at the quality they provide, and then take an inventory of the skills that you have and the equipment you have, and what kind of quality that you would be able to provide. There are so many different kinds of Fiverr buyers looking for different kinds of videos. Some only want amateur footage, and others want fully produced, high budget, professional video. So really, it doesn't matter your experience level, because there are buyers that want to work with you no matter where you are. Okay, stage 2, get your production equipment together. So now you've done your research and you know what styles of videos that you want to make, it's time to start preparing for your first video. But before we do that, we're going to need some equipment to film with. I'm going to offer a few options to suit different budgets. But remember that the more you can invest into better quality equipment, the higher the price you can charge to your clients. In order to film quality spokesperson video content, you will need a camera, a key light, microphone, and some form of backlighting. For total video beginners with little to no budget, you're going to start filming videos with your smartphone. Phone cameras are pretty good, and with some know-how, you can film stunning videos with just this device alone. The phone alone could get you started today if you really have no budget at all, but I do recommend that you purchase a few cheap items to go with the phone, which will help improve its quality. And they are 1, a tripod, 2, a light, and 3, a microphone. Now you can get all of this from Amazon for under $80, and I'm going to leave some options in the description for you. Now this little setup here is such a great way to get started for such little cost. But if you have a bit more of a budget to spend on this, then here's what I recommend you purchase to get started. For the camera, buy a Canon M50 or anything from the Sony a6000 range. The microphone, anything from Deity or Rode. For the key light, you'll want something from Godox or Neewer. Remember these brands because they make a lot of great equipment for a really low price. This key light wants to be bright, has to have some kind of control, and most importantly, it needs to have a softbox. This is the best way to make your face look flattering. For backlighting, I'd recommend some form of coloured LED, like these wicked £39 RGB panel lights, which, such value for money. You can slap these behind you for instant production value. Heck, get 2, they are just so good. Stands. You'll need various stands for all this gear, including a tripod for the camera. So again, Neewer is a really good brand to look at for your light stands and tripods. Great, so you should now have everything you need to start filming videos. But you're gonna need something to help you read scripts to the camera. Well, what are the options here? Well, you could try to memorize the script word for word, but that's really no good if you've got a 2,000 word script. You could also try putting the script next to or below the camera, but then that becomes obvious that you're reading from a script. Just look at my first ever spokesperson job.
Smartphone games are getting better day by day, and there are also tons.
Can you tell where the script was? So we're going to do this like they do on the 5 o'clock news and pick up a teleprompter. Teleprompters sound like they're going to cost a lot of money, but actually they can be quite cheap. You can pick up this mini mobile teleprompter for as little as $70. It is quite literally just a reflective piece of glass that you can attach to your camera lens. Then you place in your phone or tablet into the teleprompter, which has an app which displays your script onto the glass. This allows you to read the script whilst holding eye contact with the camera. In fact, it's what I'm doing right now. When you get good at this, people won't be able to tell that you're reading from a script. Now, we're going to take a look at your video set, or background. You want to pick a background that is clean, tidy, and preferably bright. Your background set could influence the kind of clientele you attract. For example, I film most of my videos right here in front of my desk. Now, this kind of setup is very modern, it's very techy, so I get a lot of tech, software kind of brands. So if you're wanting to attract a more professional level of clientele, then I'd really recommend putting together a kind of clean office set. If you want to work with more retail or home brands, then a set like this could be better, with your couch in your living room, to attract that kind of customer. I also have this second set here, which gives a more modern, contemporary YouTuber style. So I use this when working with some of my YouTube channel clients. Whatever location in your house or office that you decide to go with, here are some general rules to follow. Keep your background decluttered. Less is more. The more space there is, the easier it will be to add text and images when editing. Things like messy cables and random objects can make a video look quite amateur. 2. Symmetry can be beautiful. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be perfect, but having angles look intentional in the background can make a huge difference. Now let's take a look at a quick setup, now that we've got all of our gear and a background ready. To begin the setup, we're going to start with the camera on the tripod. In order to get the best looking image, try to set the camera at a good distance from the back wall. To get that blurry background, sharp face look, that's kind of what I've got here, right? You can see, blurry background, but my face is still in focus. Well, you'll need to create distance between the background, the subject, and the camera. Take a look at this example. Here, the camera is quite close to the desk with a wide angle, and I am close to the back wall and the camera. So I don't think this looks that flattering. Now, the camera is as far back as possible from the back wall. I'm then sitting somewhere in the middle of the two, giving myself the biggest possible distance from the back wall and the camera. We've also zoomed the lens in slightly. Straight away, this just looks so much better and so much more professional. Now, of course, this isn't a hard rule that you must follow, but it's just a concept to keep in mind when setting up your camera. Okay, next, let's get the key light on. You'll want to set this in line with the camera, but angled towards your face at about 45 degrees. As you can see here, it then gives me a little bit of a shadow on this side of my face, whilst the brightness is on this side. It's quite flattering. Next, you want to get the microphone as close to your face as possible. It's no good buying a microphone and just sticking it on top of your camera, and then you realise that you're really far away from it. It will just sound terrible. So if you bought one of these shotgun mics from Deity or Rode, then you'll want a mic stand and an extension cable, which is what I use. The microphone is above me right now, and it's about this far away. The other option is to use a lapel mic, which will sit on you here. These are a cheaper option, and I'd recommend these if you're on a budget. They are also great because they keep the microphone nice and close to your mouth. Finally, let's turn the backlights on to add some colour, and then we're ready to shoot. Step 3, your first video script. When I started, I spent the first 2 weeks getting used to this whole setup. I spent around an hour a day just talking to the camera, building up my confidence. I'd recommend making some fake test scripts to practice the process of filming and reading to the camera. Okay, once you're comfortable with all that, we're going to write a script, and we're going to use this script to film our gig video. This will be the video that customers will see when they find your gig on Fiverr. This is the video that the customer will watch to determine if they are going to hire you. Now this is great, because the video we film here will demonstrate your abilities as a presenter and a video creator. It's a chance for the customer to really see what they will be getting for their money. I won't get too in depth about creating this first script, but if you followed step 1 in this video, then you should have a solid idea of what other spokespeople say in their videos. Introduce who you are, talk about your experience if you have any, tell your customer exactly what they're going to get when they work with you, and that's essentially it. Once you've got your script, it's time to film the video. Now really, put your best effort into this video. Step 4, some tips for filming. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some tips for actually filming the video. Load that script that you've written into your teleprompter app. I'd recommend Prompt Smart Pro. It's the one that I use because it scrolls automatically with your voice, and I don't have to use a remote to get the teleprompter moving. The teleprompter system that you bought may have come with an app and a remote, which can be useful. Hit the record button on your camera and start reading your script. Now, don't rush, and don't worry about making any mistakes. If you make a mistake when reading the script, what you're going to do is clap your hands to make a noise. And then you're going to scroll back and re-record that line that you made the mistake on. Now, this clap creates a sharp waveform in the audio. So when it comes to editing, you'll be able to easily identify where you made a mistake, and then you can cut this mistake out. More on this in a bit. So I would say you don't have to worry yourself about getting from start to finish in one perfect take. And here are some extra tips to help you present on camera. Don't use the backrest or the armrest on the chair. Honestly, I see people sit like this, it makes their shoulders come up like this, and like they're a bit... Sit up straight and support your back. You will look and sound like a proud presenter. 2, brush your teeth before filming. Honestly, this makes your mouth feel cleaner, and so your words actually come out of your mouth easier. Really, try it and see for yourself. 3, avoid caffeine or fizzy drinks before filming. Tea and coffee can dry your mouth and your throat. Plus, caffeine tends to make you talk too fast and makes your voice sound thin. Step 5, edit the video. Okay, at this stage, you should have filmed your first video. Congrats. I think it looks great, but it could be better. That's where video editing comes in. Editing is yet another discipline within itself, but to get started in the spokesperson game, it's best if you can provide some level of video editing service too. Now, a lot of clients on Fiverr are looking for the full production. If you can offer that, you'll be well on your way to 6 figures in no time. There are still a lot of clients on Fiverr that just want the footage only and will handle all the editing themselves, but it's these full production clients that will take your business to the next level. In order to edit videos, ideally, you would have a laptop, Mac, or PC with a graphics card. Gaming computers are often best for this kind of work. The video editing software I absolutely recommend is DaVinci Resolve 17. No ifs, no buts, I don't want to hear another word about Adobe Premiere ever again. This software is an absolute game changer. It's just as powerful, if not more powerful than Premiere. It's more stable and less likely to crash. It's faster to work. It's faster to render. And oh, did I mention that it's totally free with almost no limitations? Download this software and load your new video footage into the timeline. Cut the beginning to start at the point when you start speaking. We're also going to cut out any mistakes that you made. Remember, this should be quick and easy because we have a visual representation of where mistakes were made when we clapped our hands. A bonus tip, to hide these cuts, you could zoom the video in slightly to create a jump cut effect, which makes the cut look more intentional. Ha! Now nobody will know how many mistakes you made in this video. Of course, if appropriate, you can add text, images, logos, video clips, and more. You can improve your audio and video image quality with these tools, but we won't get in depth with video editing today, because that will be a video series on its own. Slap some royalty-free music that you can find for free online, and then your video is ready to go. Head over to the Deliver tab, and you'll want to render out a medium or low quality video. This is because Fiverr limits the gig video file size. Now, you only need to do this when you're rendering videos for your gig. When you're actually rendering videos for your clients, you'll probably want to render those at the highest possible quality. Okay, step 6, your first spokesperson gig on Fiverr. Okay, so now you have a video that you can publish on your gig. You now have the capability and skills to produce great looking video for buyers on Fiverr. So let's get your gig set up so we can start making some money.
So we're just going to touch on the basics of setting up your spokesperson gig, but we won't get too deep into this, as I have planned out an entire video about making and optimizing gigs for Fiverr. Firstly, your gig title wants to be creative and original if you can, but most importantly, it needs to be descriptive. So let's go with something easy like, I will be your charismatic British video spokesperson. Now obviously pick something that's relevant to you, so if you're not British then don't write British. Most importantly, we want to come down to the video and animation category and go straight to spokesperson videos. There we go. I'm a male, and we're going to go with an English language. So basically fill all of this information out that is relevant for you. Now here with the accent section, be accurate. Don't say you can do an American accent if you can't. Now search tags are quite important. This is relevant to the actual search terms that customers type when they're finding gigs to buy on Fiverr. So if a customer comes up here and searches male video spokesperson, Fiverr is going to generate results for all of these male video spokespersons. Now, if you want to increase your chances of showing up when someone searches that, what you would do is you would write that here, male video spokesperson. Some other common search terms that people use are also video creator. Okay, so once you have set up the basics of your gig, you'll be brought over to the scope and pricing section. You definitely want to offer packages. Fiverr definitely prefers gigs that have the 3 packages rather than ones that only have 1. So make sure you're turning this on. Now here are a few recommendations that I have. For basic, you should make this package the one where you offer your raw video recordings only. So you're going to film the script for the customer and then you're going to provide that footage. You're not going to do any editing. Now this offers a budget option for your customers that may already have video editors, or they might be able to edit the videos themselves, or they just want a really crude and simple video. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to name it basic, and I will describe that this is for video footage only, no editing. Now, be reasonable with the amount of time. Don't say you can do 1-day delivery if you don't think you can do 1-day delivery. It's really best to get this right. So for me, I go with about 3 days for my basic. I offer 1 revision and I'll start at 100 words. I will offer full 1080p, we'll offer background. Now the pricing here, I can't tell you what price to select. You don't want to be too cheap because people will think that you're probably offering a low quality service, and you don't want to be too expensive if the quality of your service doesn't fit that high price. So I'm just going to go with a random number for now. Please do your own research and find out which price would suit you. I'm going to start with 15 for this new gig here. Okay, so standard. Again, you can name these gig packages anything you like. Because I'm a little bit lazy, I've just named them basic, standard and premium. But of course, you could do something like bronze, silver, gold, or anything you like here. So I will say on here, basic plus simple editing, which is, you know, sort of cut, music, text, logo, something like that. So we're offering a simple package here. We're offering to film the video and do a little bit of light editing. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. And we'll bump up the delivery by a few days there. Now, I always like to offer 1 revision as standard on my gigs. You may wish to offer more, but I feel like that you'll end up, you know, encountering a few issues with buyers if you offer too many. I'm going to offer a few more words this time. I'll give 150 words as the base rate on this package. We'll offer the same again. We'll add background this time, some overlay text, and add a logo, and we'll start this price at $40. Again, pick your own prices. And here we'll go full and complete editing with stock footage, motion graphics. Now, of course, with your premium package, make it the best possible service that you can offer. So if you have some great video editing skills, offer all of those additional video editing services as well. And again, I'm going to offer a few more words this time. I'll go up to 200 and we'll select everything here. And we'll set this premium package to $100, for example. Next, you'll definitely want to add additional words. So this is how you're going to increase the amount of money that you take per order. So if a customer wants to order the basic, but they have a script which is much more than 100 words, let's say they want to order a basic package, but they have 500 words in their script. Well, we're going to need to set a calculation for that price. So when they input their word count, it will be higher than $15. So let's say, for example, that we'll charge $5 for every additional 50 words. And again, you can set this for each package how you like. If you want to be able to deliver in only 1 day or 2 days, then you can set a price for that extra fast service. I like to add a high price for these. And you have a few more options here of things that you can add. Okay, now you'll be presented with the gig description box. So at this stage, I'd really recommend heading back over to here onto Fiverr and having a look at some other gigs and really having a look at what other people have written. So write down all of the best parts that you like and then reword them in your own way. Everyone does it slightly differently. Here's my friend Radiston. You can tell that he's also taken some inspiration from some of my gigs as well. He's copied some of the information that I've used too, but completely reworded it and reformatted it in his own way. And the same down here, this is my good friend Chris, who is another phenomenal spokesperson on Fiverr. Again, he has a slightly different approach to how he writes his gig descriptions. So go through, have a look at all of these completely different spokespeople, check them all out, make some notes, and then go back onto your gig and put the best of everyone's gig descriptions into yours and then completely personalize it. Okay, so this now is the requirements section. So whenever your customers actually buy your gig and place an order, they will then be presented with a short questionnaire and you get to set the questions that the client gets to answer in order to provide the correct information for you to do your job. So obviously the very first thing that we're absolutely going to need to do our job as a video spokesperson is to receive the customer's script. So we will say something like, please upload your video script. Okay, next we'll be over to the gallery. Now here is where we're going to upload that video that we just filmed. We're also going to upload a screenshot. We're going to make a thumbnail for the gig too, which if you want a free tip on how you can make great looking thumbnails for your gig, you can head over to canva.com, which is a free and easy online graphic design tool. And as you can see here, using this free online browser-based tool, I have created all of my gig thumbnails. And when you've uploaded everything, you should be ready to save, continue, and publish your gig, which will then be live.
Step 7. Fulfilling orders. Now your gig is complete, you should start getting orders and inquiries. Some buyers will come across your gig and buy straight away. If that happens, great! Get to work straight away. Make sure that you have everything you need and let the customer know that you're ready to get to work. Ask for clarification if you need anything else. The second way people like to buy on Fiverr is by making a general inquiry with you first. Most of my customers tend to buy this way. People want to have a quick chat with you to try and get a custom price for their project. Or maybe their requirements are slightly different to what you advertise that you can do on your gig. Once you've spoken to them about their needs, you can send them a custom offer right here. Film and edit their video to their requirements. And when you're ready to deliver, click this button here to upload your work. Hopefully you nailed it first time and your customer accepts. But sometimes you might get a customer asking you to redo something. Now, in the early days of your Fiverr business, I'd recommend giving the customers any revisions they want, within reason of course. But if you made a mistake, or the quality is just not up to their expectation, then re-record the video with pride and do your best to improve. Step 8. Scaling your spokesperson business. By now, you should be comfortable with filming videos, presenting on camera, editing the videos, talking to customers and delivering projects on Fiverr. But now, you're hungry for more gigs, more customers, more money, more glory. Well, it's now time to expand your offering past this first gig. You can create multiple variations of this spokesperson gig to target different buyer types. For example, I have this gig here for people wanting to buy YouTube videos. And I have this gig here for people wanting to buy e-learning course videos. This is just a few of the options that are available. The more options you can offer to your customers, the more opportunities for income you can make. So offer a few more background sets and styles if you can do that too. You could also make a green screen gig to create videos with a virtual background. These videos are popular for e-learning and training, and a lot of corporate clients prefer this clean and professional style of video. Within your gig packages, you can offer a high-ticket, premium package for clients that want someone to handle everything from start to finish. You can command a high price for this, and then use that money to hire a professional video editor to take your video to the next level and just wow your client. I actually hired my best friend to be my video editor, and we've teamed up to bring stunning videos to our customers. So I now spend all of my time in front of the camera, and he spends all of his time in front of the editing screens. And together, we can churn out a high volume of quality content, which we can command a high price for. Without this editing service, our revenue would be so much smaller. And of course, the other thing to bear in mind when scaling this business to over 5 figures a month is to remember the importance of repeat customers. We would have never have made this kind of money if it wasn't for our repeat customers, continually coming back every month or week to order videos from us. Keep delivering quality videos and a polite service, and you'll be well on your way to making 6 figures a year as a spokesperson. And that's it for now. This video was meant to be a bit of an introduction into this new, highly paid skill of video presenting. Now, in the comments, let me know if you have any questions at all. Is there a particular aspect of this that you would like me to go in more depth in another video? I also plan to release more content over the next few months, getting into the finer details of this career, so I can help you reach your goals of becoming a top-rated video spokesperson. I could have charged money for this information, but I decided not to. So if you got any value out of this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more updates, and leave me a nice comment to know that you watched it till the end. I will respond to all of your questions. Thanks again, guys. I've been Josh. Catch you next time.